viewers, this is service Q249 auto rack Baltimore to Connellsville, and it's starts at 0025, so it's just after midnight, and it's meant to be able to get up the hill in Sandpatch grade. Let's look at the overview. It's got an SD40-2. It's got a pair of those. It's got 52 cars, 5,218.3 tons. Let's just look at the train, because to get up the hill, this train's going to need more than those two locomotives. And I don't see any DPU. So we're nearly at the back. Okay. And here we are, end of the train. Does it have a Fred on the back? It does. Fred's this thing. The end of trade device. So, I don't think this is possible, but let's give it a crack. Let's get this thing set up, ready to go. Right front. Gauge lights. Let's cut. We want freight. Freight. And release. Lead. And release. Put the reverser in. Would help. Oh, you know what else would help? Powering it. There we go. Just gonna jig a little bit. I'm using rail driver. So where are we on the map? We are at the bottom of the hill. And we're gonna go via Hinderman. It'll take her a little while to get this load moving, I think, if it even can. We'll see. Shouldn't still be pumping up the brakes because there's zero airflow. Let's grab another notch. Oops, that was two. Try a bit of sand because she's slipping. Let's come down a notch. There we go. There we go. That's got us. It says we're interlocked on the HUD, which is interesting because clearly we're not. Now that we're moving okay, let's just throttle off. See if this thing's got a 2 position. It does. Okay, so let's not jump again. If I remember rightly, the difference is series and parallel. It's been a while, so I may not remember right. Happy to be corrected on that one. We do appear to be using less amps to do the effort now. keep her there for a while. So where's she supposed to go? Hindman, Vance, Salisbury, Rockwood. So it's supposed to go all out the hill. That's the theory. And while we're in winter, it's not actually snowing. I left dynamic weather on though, so you never know. She's got the grunt on the flat to accelerate the thing. SD42, I vaguely remember. Is how many horsepower is it? 3,000. So we've got 6,000 horsepower across two locomotives. Let's just find the power to weight calculator. The weight calculator is 5,400 tons for horsepower. So, how many horsepower per tonne to get up sand patch grade? It's a good thing we've got Google, isn't it? Per tonne for sand patch grade. So we need... Okay, ideally we need 3 to 4 horsepower per tonne. So we've got 6,000. And I'm already telling you this isn't enough. We've only got 1.14 horsepower per tonne. So there's not a chance in hell this is getting up that hill. Oh, look, I'm speeding. That's okay, we're getting a run up. Let's just blow the horn, eh? So we're going to get the best run up we can, but I'm tipping we're going to get through the little town just around the corner. And then she's going to start to struggle. No way it's getting up the hill because it's got 1.14 horsepower per tonne, and that's not enough. Even to do it at about 10 mile an hour, you're going to need 2. So she's going to grind to a halt, and she's going to get very sad, and that's all she wrote. But let's see. So she didn't even accelerate on the 0.3 gradient back there. So that doesn't bode well. She's starting to accelerate now on the flat. Very, 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 very slow to pick up. She's not picking up anymore. Oh, there we go. So it took 2 minutes to pick up 1 mile an hour. And we're on the flat. Here's the back of our train. So we're heading up the 2% grade. We're just touching on 45. Sorry, the almost 1% grade. 2% is 0.2. We're almost on 1% now at 0.9. And she's still nudging up now that only the locos are on this gradient. Remember, it's going to get up to 2 point something going up to Cumberland. So we've made 46. Gradient drops off a bit here, but the rest of the train will be getting onto that gradient now, and we're losing speed. We're back down to 45. So with the rest of the train now on that almost 1%, we lost a good mile an hour then, and that's with 1% we lost a mile an hour. So I really don't predict this is going to go all that well. I just don't think it will. But let's try. Just out of interest, let's make sure the rear loco's powering. We're going to see in through here. Where? So, was she backwards? Is she? There she is. She's going full bore. Hasn't got her Genfield switch on, but that's okay. She's going full bore. I love that the throttle's still in idle, but she's going full bore too. Ah, old routes. What are you going to do? Actually, no, it would be an idle, sorry, because that's directly connected to this one. Squeezed in the fall. Ooh, look at that. We've lost another mile an hour. We're down to 44 now. So I think to make this one work, what you would need to do is sneakily pop on some more power. So the best way to do that is to chuck a couple of locomotives on the ground in the yard, where you can shunt and change points freely in free roam. So you spawn the service, get into it, and then in free spawn 2 more locomotives next to you and put them in the formation. Now you could either put them on the front with you, or you could put them in the middle and use banking com, or you could put them on the back. Cones. I wonder what they were. Fair enough. plus more speed. We're down to 42. Definitely in run 8. Got a bit of down bubble action happening through here, so we picked up a mite of speed. We got back up to 46. Now we've started it at 47 miles an hour. Picked up a little bit. Must be a grouse place to live. It's a wonder all their lights are at 1 o'clock in the morning. This thing rolling through. Wouldn't be able to sleep, would you? starting to climb properly now. In the shallow bit at first, 0.7. Still got a way to go before our first go via point when we get into the really curly bits, where it gets much steeper. Already lost speed though, look at that, 46. All the momentum we can have. Gravity's starting to do its inexorable thing. Even though the locos are on 0.3 now, we're still on 0.7 halfway through the train through to the back, so we're not going to pick up any speed, I don't think. Surprised at how fast we are going still, actually. We are losing speed, but it's very gradual. We're 3 miles from where the track gets really curly. Any train could make it this far. Oh, look at that speedometer. Now that the whole train's on the gradient, we've lost another mile. So in less than a mile, we've lost a mile. We're losing another one. Oh, we've lost another one. So in about a mile we've lost 2. That does not bode well. It's interesting the lighting we've got going here, because while I know it's not realistic to see that much in the dark, I prefer it over what we get today, which is almost total darkness. Yes, the total darkness is more realistic, but I think this is more conducive to good gameplay, and it's not an immersion breaking because it's clear that it's very late at night, or perhaps very early in the morning, depending on your point of view. Oh, look at that speedometer. Wiggle, wiggle. Down she goes. Down to 38 now. For that. 6. I'm not even in the steep bit yet. At Hindman is where it starts getting steep, so I don't think we'll get far beyond that. I reckon we might make the siding. We'll see how we go though. Quite chill, just quite chill, because you can. Sandpatch water looks really nice at night too. I think this route got a little bit of a spruce up with that long ago, if I remember correctly. And we're down to 30 miles an hour now. Remember, it's got to go up over 2%. This is nothing. 12 miles to Mance. I'm betting we're not going to get there. By now, surely. I get so easily distracted. Definitely had a spruce up. Quite nice this quarter. Respectable effort. So we're at the siding, and I thought this would be about as far as we could get. So, that guy, it still might be possible. We're down to 24 now. And we're losing speed steadily. She is gonna grind to a stop. Amps are going up. She's trying hard. Yeah, she's not gonna get past the end of the siding. With 0.14 horsepower per tonne is just not enough. Right, surprised me. Got past the end of the siding. Slip keeping the sand on. Now where we are on the power right now, which is 900, if we look at the one behind, you'll notice we're still in the green range. But if we go into this red range, then there's times that you can do it. So you can stay in just the start of that red range for about 45 minutes and go up to the top of the red range for 1 minute. So we're pushing about as hard as you want to. It's got further than I thought it would. It's not getting much further because we're not in the steep bit yet. And we are down to 11 mile an hour despite what that speedo says. And if I let go of this sand button, we're going to slip. What happened to the sky? The moon go away or something. Looks like it. Still holding at 11, which is amazing, Nick. Sand realistically too. I don't carry that much. Not enough to keep the button down for what would literally be hours. Because you've got 11 miles to Vance. And then from Vance you've got to get to Salisbury. Salisbury's the top of the hill. So it's probably about at this speed, if you manage to maintain it. It's 2 hours to the top of the hill. Definitely not have enough sand for that. I do believe we've lost another mile an hour. Still haven't gone a mile. Steep bit yet, or the really curly bit. We're about to come into the really curly bit because curves take your speed too. Curves and steep curves and gradients gobble up your speed. They destroy your momentum. Down to 10 mile an hour now, and the amps have started to creep up above 900. Heading for bad idea territory. If I can find the cab light in there, I don't think so. Handy to have that on. Yep, 25 mile an hour for freight. Don't think we need to worry about that somehow. We got through that curve. Well, most of the train's still coming through it, of course, because that blue line there, it's all our train. So the last of the train's only just coming into the curve, and maybe a third of it's through the tight portion. And we're heading out onto this relatively straight again, but then we've got the big curve, and I vaguely remember this is where it gets really steep. And we go up over 2%. And even though my finger hurts, I'm not letting go of that sand button, because if I let go of the sand button, it's all over. She'll slip and not recover. And the other thing I thought of doing is putting her back in series, but I'd have to throttle to idle to do that. And it would put the amps back up into about probably 1200-1300 range, which would not be a sustainable level of power for your traction motors. Put our number lights on her. Guess we can do it up here. Number lights, yes we can. Cool. What else can we play with on the board? Good to see those number lights actually came on when I turned them on. Step lights did that. Still holding 10 mile an hour, which is amazing. Still in the safe range. Climbed up a little bit on number 2. this curve now. The back of our train should be out of the last one. It should have been straight going out, so we're just coming out. Not quite along the straight. Up a little more on number 2, still in the safe range. Slight reduction in gradient for the moment, but that's not going to last. Sadly. Oh dear. Now we're screwed. Rain. Great. I haven't driven Sandpatch for a while, have I? Still holding for now. Uh-oh. We're losing it. Little slip. Not really at 20 mile an hour. It's a little slip. Oh no. We're dead. Backward. She's slipping through. She's automatically sanding. Ah, now we're going backwards. At this point, you dump the air and ask for help. Well, there you go. Can that service get up Sandpatch Grade? And the moon's disappeared again. And the answer's no. I didn't think it would, not at 1.14 horsepower per tonne. It was making a valiant effort before it rained. It was kind of holding 10 mile an hour, but it was drifting down. Because, it was never going to make it. Never even got to the steep bit. That's about it. Alrighty. So, just to recap, the way you fix this is if you go back to the start of this service, spawn a couple more locomotives, whether you put them in the middle or in the back or wherever you want, or up on the front with you, you could do that and go from there. Alrighty, have fun folks. Answers the question. Can't do it. See you later. Bye.
We played a game.